It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
We're going to be starting with is to take our measurements on this fabric. I have already cut the fabric to the length and I folded it into two. That's representing my front and my back. So since there's not going to be any zipper in this kaftan, I don't need to leave any space for zipper. So we'll start taking our measurements. First things first, we will start with the length of the kaftan. So my client's gown length is actually 58 inches for the gown length. So I cut that already. Then the next thing I'm going to do is take my shoulder length, and my shoulder length is 18 inches. 18 divided by 2 is 9 inches. So I'm going to be taking 9 inches and just adding about ½ inch for sewing allowance. So that's the point for the shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and mark my horizontal measurements first. That first one will be the bust point. I'll mark it at about 11 inch. Then I'll also mark the hip point. The hip point will be about 23 inches. Then the last point will be the gown length point. So on this bust point, I'll come and take my bust measurement, and my bust measurement for the client is 46 inches. If I divide 46 by 4, I'll be having 11.5 inches. So this is my 11.5 inches here. And I'm going to be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance and for the free space inside it. That's what I have on that mark. Then I'll come to my hip measurement. You don't need to take waist measurement because this is a free flowing kaftan. The hip measurement for my client is 52 inches, and if I divide 52 by 4, I'll be having 13 inches. So this is my 13-inch point here. So on that 13-inch mark, I'll just add about 2 inches because I want it to be a bit free. Then at the bottom of the fabric, I'll just move this up. So I'm going to join it to the edge of this fabric here. That is what I'm going to connect up there. I'm going to also do the shoulder slope. I'm going to be sloping the shoulder by 1 inch. For the front, the neck depth will be 3 inches. And for the back, I'm going to leave the neck depth for 2 inches. And it's going to be about 4 inch wide. So first off, I'm going to connect this point. That's my shoulder slope. Then from here, I'm going to draw So this one will be for the back and this is for the front. Now for the front, I'm going to go down to about 3 inches for the slit. So this is where the slit for the front is going to stop. Now I will go ahead as well to fix my armhole. Okay, so for the armhole, I came up to about 10 inches. I'm going to keep this away. Now that we have cut the front I'm going to remove this back. I'll just fold it in there and cut the front neckline. Then I'll slit it down. So that is what it is for the kaftan. Now we want to quickly look at how we're going to do the sleeve. So here's our sleeve, and we're going to cut the flare of the sleeve now. So I have this, I'm going to fold it into 4. So I'm folding it like this, then like this. So for the first one, go down by 3 inches. So 3 inches, and I'm going to do from that 3 inches, I'll do 3 inches as my first flare. And for my second flare, I'm going to do 6 inches. So you can go ahead and mark it round, but we are good for the flare. So we can see the flare, and they are for 2 hands. Yeah, so this will be the first one, possibly the last one, then there should be one in the middle. These are the flare for my sleeve. This will be the first one. First, second, third. So this is how it's going to be. Now I have my kaftan piece, I have my flare, and I have my sleeve. So this is where it's going to be. So I want to quickly make the pattern for the pocket. And what you just basically do is just put your palm on a paper or on your fabric and trace it out. Okay? So from here, I always like my pockets to be actually big, like to fit my phones or to fit phones and all other stuff. So I'm going to cut it this way. So just use your hand, come from either from this corner, or you can leave a little space, trace it out. So if you don't want it this big, you can shrink it to just under your palm. But you see the space I left, so that there's enough room to put things. So this is how my pocket looks. I'll be cutting 4 of this. So from my shoulder, usually I measure 20 inch for the beginning of my pocket, and from that 20 inch I measure just about 7 inches for the width. So when I'm pinning my pockets, for instance, if I'm pinning this, I'll place it from here and stop here. That's where I'm going to sew it on the fabric. So this one will just be, this one will hang out. So let's join everything together now. So I am going to flip it inside now. I'll flip the facing inside and go and give this a good press so it stays down. Actually, I put stay. I put paper stay there so that it holds the shape there. So let me go and press this down and come to join the sides and also show you how I'll attach my pockets. So the pocket starts from here and it ends here. So that was what we measured the 7-inch for. So I have the front of my kaftan here. This is the facing underneath, and this is the front. We've ironed that slit in place. Okay. So, and here are my pockets for the front. Now I'm going to take the back, then put it right there so that it can be sandwiched along. So I'm going to flip this facing over here like so and pin it down. Okay, so while I'm sewing that close, I'll join the sides. So I'll come here, put a pin here to hold it from the armhole. Then let me take it this way. So I'll take the pockets like so and pin it. So when I'm sewing here, I'll sew straight down, go along this pocket, sew round it, then finish up the gown. Along the side, straight down to the end. So
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
here we go, beautiful people. I have joined everything. See my neckline looking good. So for the back, we actually turned it with a bias. I have sewn everything, and here is my pockets, and my pocket is actually quite deep. I've also gone ahead to finish off the hem of the kaftan, so you can see how everything is looking good already. So what I'm going to do now is to take my sleeves. Yeah, here's my sleeve. You see how pretty it looks with the flay at the bottom and the netting. So let me just do this one for us. I'm going to open up this part, put it together like so, and pin it down.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So that's what I'm want to do for this side and for the other side, and I'm going to take it to my machine now. We are through with this project. You can see how everything is neatly finished. The hand, the flay, the netting. Even when you're looking through the netting, it doesn't look so rough inside. My pocket goes long in. See my hand all in, right? So your phones and everything is secured. And if my client wants this to be stoned, definitely, you know, we already have a video on how to stone. When you're through, it's going to be lovely just stoning this. So this is the end of this project. I really enjoyed making this project. It's a simple one that you can try out at home. So if you love this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up, smash that like button, destroy it. Also, share, comment other tutorials you'd love to see. Subscribe if you are yet to, because I know there are some of you, you've come here over and over again and you watch a lot of videos. It's not time for you to subscribe. Please just do subscribe, and till we see in our next tutorial, stay safe, God bless you, bye.
Do that face one, they do that time now. Yeah, turn.